Okay, here we go. I want to talk to you about some of my favorite graphs. I had this math class like a year ago, and they really liked graph time at the beginning of class. And I realized that that was the only time they got news in class. And I was like, well, where are you going to get the news when this class is over? And they were like, well, aren't you going to send us the graphs somehow? And I said, well, how about I email the graphs to you? And they looked at me like I was old. So I opened an Instagram account for them, and I started to share graphs with them, and now it seems that I have a new and very, very strange hobby. So, these are a few of my favorite graphs. Cue the music, 1 second. And you can sing along if you'd like, please do. Light steering angles and world Snapchat users, SpaceX world rockets and Tinder date choosers, Netflix subscribers and Amazon staff. These are a few of my favorite graphs. Game of Thrones viewers and Pokemon players, Fortnite Twitch watchers and Spotify payers. Netflix makes content for viewers' behalf. These are a few of my favorite graphs. Electric autos and drivers of Uber, fall of the camera and yield of the tuber, Old Faithful eruptions at Yellowstone, adoption curves for my favorite smartphone, CO2 rise, Arctic ice, and robots take jobs. I want students thinking about the cool trends, and then I avoid the sobs. Battery prices and women in STEM fields, declutter patterns and thickness of snow shields, number of countries that stop CFCs. These are the graphs that put me at ease. Mars radiation and UFO sightings, swing sets in motion and LED lighting, commerce and Black Friday deals. These are the graphs that give me good feels. Podcast subscribers and newspaper reading, Tesla production and time for bread kneading, plastic recycling growing too slow. These are the things I think you should know. Hurricane winds, increase in staff, drugs for not being sad. I simply remember my favorite graphs, and then I don't feel so bad. Gender pay gaps, I forgot one. Loss of vertebrae. On some days I feel like the world needs a slap, but what it could use, good graphs. And if you should need good graphs in your life too, you can search for Graphs in the World on Facebook or Instagram and get your daily happiness dose of graphs.